Hello, my sweet friends. I'm sorry about not being able to go live. I was having internet problems. We have storms around us. I can hear it thundering and stuff right now. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but I couldn't see comments or anything. So I'm going to build the wreath on this video, and then I'm going to upload it. And if you have any questions, maybe I forgot to say something about whatever I'm doing, and you have a question, feel free to put it in the comments below this video, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. And I'm going to try to do this one time a week. If there's something that you would like to see me build, whether it be a regular mesh wreath, a evergreen, a grapevine. Behind me is, I guess today is kind of a snowman day because I have built a couple of snowman wreaths lately and posted them. And this is one of them. I really like this one. It is something that would work even after Christmas. You know, you always have to try to figure out what you're going to put on your door after Christmas. This would be something that would work. It's not real Christmassy. And the one that I'm building today is in the same boat. It's winter. It's not something that you have to take off your door after Christmas. So with that said, I'm going to get started. This is the sign that I had showed you guys yesterday. It's a cute little snowman. He's in the browns. And I probably, after I make this, it won't be on this live, I probably will build in some pine cones and some greenery to the wreath. We can do that in some later videos when I'm building other things. If y'all want to see me add greenery to my mesh, I don't always, because some of you guys, I've learned, do not like greenery on your mesh wreaths. Some do, some don't. And some wreaths don't really need greenery, or they're not the type for it. So just play it by ear every wreath that we make. But what we do when we're trying to pick out, say you go to Hobby Lobby and you pick out a sign there, or you buy one. I buy a lot of my stuff. Some signs I get from Etsy people. They're my more expensive signs. And then I get some from online, like Craft Outlet, or Craft. Oh, yeah, it's Outlet. I tell you what, having a brain freeze. So I get a lot of my ribbons, some of my signs I get from other websites. I can always post what they are. I'm not even really for sure where I got this one. I think I got this one on Etsy. It's a really good quality sign. They're all pretty good quality. There's some that I'm not real happy with, but most of them are really good quality signs. So this is the sign, and I've kind of changed a little bit. I told you I'm good and notorious about changing my mind on things as I go. So I did pick out a different one. I replaced one of my ribbons with a different one for when I was showing you guys what I was making. I also changed my base. I thought this would be fun today to show you how to make a swag wreath using, I believe these are called 5-gallon paint sticks. And if you go out on YouTube, you can see 50 different women or whoever making swags on these. The reason that I changed is because I really feel like that's another thing you need to watch for, is the size of your sign. Don't get yourself into a great big wreath. Now, I did build a wreath on the frame that I was showing you guys, and it's going to work out because I'm also going to add some other stuff to this. But this is one I'm working on. That is navy. If you wonder what color that is, that's not black. That's actually navy. It's a really pretty, I love. And this is the frame that I built it on. And it has, this here is, I love this. It's really thick, good quality. It's sparkly. I love that ribbon. But anyway, I built this one. I'm probably going to add some greenery. I'm going to add some, I might even add, I'm just not quite sure yet, but I might even add, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with it. But I am going to add some snowy greenery and give it a little touch of greenery on it. And I'm not even through with this. I haven't done my ducktails. I literally slapped the bows in this morning and have not done everything I'm doing to it or straightened it up or anything. So that's just this wreath in the raw. So anyway, so I'm going to show you today how to do it with this. So the way that you prep your paint stick is that you're going to use 9 pipe cleaners, Chanel stems, whatever you want to call them, and you use one of them as a hanger. Now you can do this different ways. Some of the women I've seen, they wrap it around and twirl it and give themselves a loop. And what I did on this one was I cut one of these in half and I looped it, and then I stapled it with my staple gun, and then I extra secured it with some hot glue with my hot glue gun. So that's how that is. So you put that on the back and then you flip it over, and what I have done is tied my pipe cleaners, one over here, one over there, one in the middle, and then I did the same thing. I just kind of picked the middle and did a pipe cleaner going this direction, twist it a couple times, bring it out, and if you need help with that, we can talk about that later. But so I did 2 here, and then I did 2 here, and I did 2 here. And then in between those, I put one single one. This one's one single one in the middle. And in between these, I did another single one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. And then I took a little, you can't see it from on there, but I did some little glue to secure that they don't slide. So I did that. I've seen other people do a little piece of felt and glue it over it to keep it there. There's so many different ways you can do things like this. So that's how I did it. And that's usually how I do it when I make them. So I got those ready. I've already cut my mesh, and I cut 8 pieces because I'm going to need 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to need 8 pieces. So I cut these at 21, 22. You don't have to get, you could cut them at 20. No one would even know. So you cut it around there. And I cut 8 of them. Then I went ahead and cut 8 10-inch ones to kind of give it extra bulk and extra fluff. And I'll put these over, after I do the big ones, I will put this over the top of them. So the way that you fold these and make a, I think it's called a cruffle. I don't remember the term that you use, because you can make mesh wreaths in I don't know how many different ways. I've taught classes on 2 of the ways. I've never taught a class on the 3rd way, and I may do a live one of these days for it. It's doing curls. But I've done it with the puffs, and I've done it with this method of doing, I think they're called, they're ruffles or chuffles. I don't know. It don't matter. So the first thing that I do, and I'm going to show you how, for if you're just starting off doing this, and I also do this, we do this in my classes, is I fold this over. We're going to kind of make it a hem, okay? We're going to fold it twice. So I folded it twice. And then I'm going to put a clip to hold it. Then I'm going to turn it over to the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it once, fold it twice, just like that. And now I'm going to look at the center, which I don't know. Maybe I can move you guys. See, this is all going to be learning for me. Maybe I can, but you're probably going to be seeing my messes in the background. My craft room is a work in progress, and we are cleaning it up. It's getting all organized, and anyway, that's my project right now. So if you see greenery in boxes behind me and flowers and stuff, it's because we're in progress of reorganizing. So let's go back down here. Let's try to get this. See, I don't know if I can help y'all here. So, okay. So in the middle, I am going to just start walking my fingers a little at a time all the way up until I get to the clip. I'm going to unclip it, and then I'm going to add that to my finger. There we go. So I've got a butterfly. That's what I have. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to decide. One thing you have to, I always kind of sometimes forget to tell my class, is you have to decide if you want the smooth side on the outside, where you want it more smooth, or if you want it more ruffly, then you would turn it over this side. Whichever one you pick on the first one, that's what you need to do on all of them. So remember that when you're building. I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to do the smooth side this time. Okay, so what I do is I take my pipe cleaner, and on these outside ones I am going to make it go this way, parallel with the stick on the ends. So I'm going to take this and put it in my pipe cleaner. And the other very important thing is to make sure you really tighten it real tight so that it doesn't slide around. And then you can spread out your ruffle like this. Okay, we're going to do another one, and then I probably will back off the camera a little bit. So I'm going to fold it twice, pin it with a clip, turn it around, do it twice again, and this just keeps the frailing inside there so that it's not sticking out as much. And then I'm going to walk up with my fingers down the middle till I get to the clip, and then I'm going to grab it with my hands, and I have another butterfly. And since I'm doing the smooth side, I'll turn it over. I'll bring my pipe cleaners up. And I haven't made one on a paint stick for a while, so I'm trying to go by memory of how I do these. So y'all bear with me if I change my mind on something. We're all in this together, learning. Okay, so there's that. And then I will get another one, and I will continue this. But the next one, since it's the middle one that's just a one, I'm going to do it this direction. I'm not going to do it parallel. I'm going to do it going back and forth like this. So I will hurry and do these real quick. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Saturday, even though it is raining and stormy. My understanding here in Oklahoma, if you're in Oklahoma, we're supposed to wake up to it being in the 40s tomorrow morning. It's going to be a little bit more chillier, more like fall weather. Okay. I don't know, I have to look to make sure y'all can see me. Now, I don't use a clip, but I know that it helps people when they're first trying to learn this, and maybe they want to use a clip. It's no big deal. I just do it my way. Okay, so now that I'm back at the two, the one of the ones that has the two, I'll go parallel again. I don't mind building what I was going to start off, and I showed you the one snowman one that I'm in the middle of making. There's some people love big, huge, and you've probably seen people advertise the big, huge wreaths that have at least $100 worth of things in them. And I love those. I love them. But there's also people, people, who want something that's easier to store. They want it to be a pop on their door. They want, or on their wall, that you can hang wreaths. I have wreaths hanging everywhere in my house. When I want to, I change stuff out a lot. But they want something that's easier to store. So they like the smaller things. But they want it to be, you know, a good, something that's really cute. So you just have, that's what makes the world go around. We all have different personalities. Okay, so I'm not going to go this way. This is one of the single ones. So I'm going to turn it sideways. And remember to really push down on your mesh and use all your strength to twist and get that tied in there really good. And I would like for this video, we're already at 16 minutes. I don't want this to be a real long one because I know you guys have Saturdays. You probably have shopping to do, kids to entertain, places to go, people to see. Okay, so this is one of the ends. It's got the two. So now I'm going to do the parallel again. Push that down and really tighten it. And you twist it about 2 times. You can twist 2, 3 times. I do both. I don't always stick to one method. And this mesh is 10-inch mesh. It is fabric mesh. It's 10.5 inch at 12 or 10 yards. And I get most of my mesh. I could probably safely say that this mesh that I have here came from Craft Outlet. I buy a lot of my mesh from there. I've bought mesh at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I feel like the mesh I get from other places online, craft places, seems to be a little bit more good quality. I mean, theirs is okay. If you need to buy your mesh there, it's not a bad thing. It's just, I prefer to buy mine at other places. Okay, so we have our base. And I'm going to back you guys off a little so that I can kind of see you a little bit. See what I'm doing, I should say. Okay. All right. So now that I have my base, and this base turns out being, so that you kind of have an idea how long, it is 27 inches long on this. And the paint stick was 20 inches long, if I didn't say that in the beginning. So now I am going to add, I've got my little pipe cleaners, and I'm going to add my ribbon tails. And my ribbon tails are 12 inches long, close to 12 inches long. And I have this nifty little tool. Of course, if you're not major into making wreaths, you do not need one of these, okay? It has 12 inches. And I twist it around and then cut it. It just, since I do a lot of ribbon cutting, it sure helps. And I have different sizes that I can cut. But on this one, it is 12 inches. And I have ducktailed them. And how you ducktail is you fold your ribbon in half, and then you take your scissors, and where the fold is, you cut upward. and that gives you your ducktail. And I will do like 2 or 3 pieces depending on how thick they are at a time, so that I'm not sitting there doing every single piece by itself. So I have my ribbon, and I am going to put in all of these pipe cleaners. I'm going to put, this is a 2.5 inch ribbon, and this is a 1.5 ribbon. So I'm going to kind of get it where it's even, and then I'm going to do it in half to see where my half point is. And then I'm going to crunch in the middle. Actually, let me do this a little better. There we go. Crunch in the middle, and then I'm going to put it in one of my pipe cleaners. And again, do it as tight as you can so that it won't wobble around. You don't want it to wobble. And you can kind of straighten these out right now, but you're going to be working on this so much that, you know, you don't have to. But what I do is I take my fingers. One thing about ribbon is you make it mind. You make it, it's got wire in it. Always have wire ribbon. And you just make that go where you want it to go. You do this, or take it between 2 fingers and fluff it. And get it where you want it to go. And so then I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to put these in all, and I just kind of crunch it up in the middle, like that, and then put them in each one of these. Like I said, we'll adjust those later. I don't want to take a real long time doing this here, because we also are going to build a bow. I can hear it still thundering outside. I'm doing some raining. Oh, you know what, guys? See? I got a little sidetracked. I decided, but now I don't know if I want to. I don't think I want to. I do want to. I was going to trade out between the white and this tan color. See, the sky's the limit. You can just do whatever you want. But I kind of like the white because it looks snowy. Here's our sign. I kind of think it looks really good with the white. So I'm just going to do white. I'm going to have to probably cut some more, but that's okay. And this ribbon, let me make sure I'm getting it on the right side. I got all nervous about going live today, and then look at what happened. I'm sure all my kids will tell me, and my sister, what I do wrong. Don't you love family? They always keep you informed what you need to fix, which is good. I like that. I have a trash over here if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. This is kind of a different ribbon to cut into. I probably shouldn't even have done it this way, but it's okay. Doing the ducktails. It has furry stuff on the end. Oh, there, now you can see it. And so probably it'd be better just to not do ducktails, but that's okay. What's really neat about crafting is you can just make it your own. You can do whatever you want. And I would love to hear, are you guys interested in crafting, or are you just interested in decorating and stuff like that? It'd be kind of nice to know what everyone is liking, what everyone's personalities are that is on here. I want to say I'm really appreciate all my friends and family, and even people that, even you ladies I don't know yet, that have supported me and encouraged me. This is a hobby, but I enjoy it so much that I have started selling wreaths so that I can make more. The more I sell, the more I can make. And it's really fun for me. And I'm going to start doing some flower arrangements. I have a really cute pot that is Santa's boots. I think I got it off of Walmart. And then I also got a really neat Santa head that I'm going to make a wreath and a flower arrangement. Kind of matching, just for kicks, to see what it looks like. I'm kind of excited about that. Okay, so I now have all my ducktails made, and I've got them mostly spread out. I mean, some of them could be more spread out. The sky, you could mess with this stuff. I see one of these wreaths hanging that has all these ribbon tails, and I could sit and adjust them 100 times. And I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but that is white, y'all. That's not cream. That is a white ribbon, snowy like ribbon. I have also seen people, just an FYI, that have taken these kind and they have made, it's probably not my style, but it could be other people's style, to take something like this and add in some greenery to it and put a candle down in the center and use it as a centerpiece, or a figurine or something, and use it as your base for a centerpiece. Just FYI. Okay, so now I have my sign, and I got to situate where I want to put it. And normally on this kind of a deal, I would put the sign in the middle. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move this light because I have a feeling it's causing, I'm not sure. There's some adjustments I'm going to have to do for doing stuff like this. I don't know. Okay, so the way, this is a metal sign. There's different ways to put your sign on the wreath. When it's metal, I take a jewelry hole cutter, looks like this, and I put a sign. So for this one, since it's a more narrow sign, I'm going to do one at the top and one at the bottom. And so I just poke a little hole on each end. And not get it stuck. Okay. All right. And then one thing I am going to do before I continue, where is my cutters? Oh, there they are. Okay. I'm going to take my pipe cleaners, and I'm going to cut them down with my cutters, and then I'm going to fold them down so that the ends aren't hanging out. Just making sure
Y'all can see what I'm doing here. Did you know that everything that I make, or any, I've heard some of the professional ones that I watch and follow that make things like this, you don't always make, you know, something that you personally, that's your style. You try to step out of the box and make things that other people you've seen like. So not everything that I make is something that I would hang on my front door or hang in my house. I probably like it. I like all kinds of different styles. And that's the neat thing is, just because you don't decorate one way doesn't mean that you can't like other ways. Okay, so I'm going to put him, I'm going to kind of move my ducktails out of the way. I'm going to put him about right there in the middle. And again, I am just not sure about this light that's behind here. Okay, so I'm going to take some pipe cleaners, and believe it or not, it doesn't look and appear this way, but a pipe cleaner will fit in that tiny jewelry hole. Who knew? And so I wrap it around and then I twist it. Wrap this around and twist it, and we are at 31 minutes. So I am going to try and hurry along so that you guys, if you're like me, you kind of skip through videos. Okay. Oh, if you hear my husband, he is apparently watching a football game in there, and someone just made a touchdown. I have no idea what game he's watching. Are you guys watching football today? So what I'm doing is I'm weaving this pipe cleaner, which is not cooperating. I'm weaving it in through the mesh to the outside right there. See, I've got one that I've pulled from there. Now I'm doing the other one. And I'm just kind of sticking it through the little holes in the mesh to try to get it to come through, which it's not wanting to do that on this end. I've got it. The other one went real smooth. Okay, I think I got it. It keeps curling up on me. Okay, so I got them both on this end. And so what I'm going to do is, and you don't want to pull it real tight where your sign is sunk into your wreath. You want it to kind of, in fact, I probably got it too tight, so hang on. So I'm going to undo it a little bit and just, and I can always tighten it. Okay, so now we're going to do the bottom, and I guess I'm going to have to feed it. So, right here about where that ribbon is, one thing about live, we could have talked while we were making this, so I hope that that works next week. Y'all will have to bear with me getting this learned. Had the wrong side. That wasn't what I wanted to do. This is probably the most challenging thing about making a wreath, is just getting your sign attached and it looking straight. I had one time I put a sign on a wreath and it was a custom order, which, by the way, I love custom orders because someone will send me a picture and it's a challenge, a neat challenge to try to recreate it. I like doing that. Anyway, this lady had me make 2 wreaths for her 2 doors. And I was so proud. I made them, and they looked like, well, she texted me and I sent her pictures and said, well, what do you think? And she said, well, I love them, but can you straighten that one sign up? It's a little crooked. So I looked at it and went, she's right, it's crooked. So I straightened it up and it was okay. So sometimes you can stare at something long enough, you don't even see if there's something wrong with it and you need to fix. Okay, it's turning out cute. Now, that's another thing, is a lot of times wreaths are way more cuter in person than they are on film. But that's just FYI. Okay, so now we're going to make our bow. I'm going to get rid of all these little pieces. Oh, well, I didn't use the little 10-inch pieces. I forgot to put them in, but that's okay. I mean, this still looks, it's flat enough that if you have a door with a storm door, then this will fit right in between it. That's another thing to consider when you're making wreaths, is if you get the real big thick ones and you have a storm door, then it's gonna just smash it. This one looks thick. It looks thick, and I don't always add little pieces. I just had thought I would today, but it's not a must or anything. So I don't see anything wrong with it. So it looks good. So we had another change in plans because I forgot. All right, so now the bow is going to be made with the same green and the white. And if anyone ever wants to buy this stuff that I have, the white one is from, I wrote on here, Greenery Market. So that's an online place that you can buy greenery, real good greenery and ribbon. I'm going to guess that this one is from Craft Outlet. If it's not, then it's probably from Greenery Market. This one here that I'm probably going to add in, it's the brown with the little dots. That's what it looks like. That one is from BB Crafts. And then we might throw in a little bit of this, and that is from Craft Outlet. But you can buy a lot of this stuff at several different places, so you can always go out to their online and just look at their ribbon. So I don't know if I'm using all of this, but I will. Oh, and I wanted to show you a little tip. I was using straight pins to try to keep, if I opened up a roll of ribbon and I didn't use it all, I would put a straight pin. Well, sometimes that was tough and it wouldn't go through, depending on the material. Well, I decided on a little hack. Maybe I seen the hack, I'm not for sure. But take some rubber bands, buy you a little bag of rubber bands, and put them on there, and that holds your ribbon. It won't undo itself. Okay. So I'm going to build a wreath. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to use this green because I've already got tails with this. Now, a lot of times I do, but just on this, there's just so much green going on here. I may want my bow to kind of stand out. So, I don't know, I may add just a little bit. So I'm going to do a tail, and you kind of determine your tail by where it's going to be placed. And so I'm going to put a bow up here, and then I'm going to put a smaller bow down here. So my big bow is going to go up here. I don't want the tails to hang over the sign. So I'm probably just going to do, and I may have to cut the ribbon off. I'm going to do, this is actually 8 inches for a tail. And I can do a video on bow making at some point. I have taught a no-fail bow where you take pieces and you put them all together with loops, and then you spread them out and twist them in my craft classes. But anyway, we're going to start here by, I've got my tail, and then I'm going to, oop, I'm not in the hammer. And then I'm going to do a loop. And this is probably a 5-inch. Yep, this is a 5-inch loop. And always have wired ribbon, always. When someone wants me to make something without wired ribbon, I panic. Okay, so then after I've got my tail here, I made my loop, and I need to get this better here, sorry. Okay, so I made my loop, and I'm holding this with my dominant hand's doing the work. And then I'm going, this is the inside, which this isn't a good ribbon to show how to make one because you're not, oh no, that is the outside. Okay, so then I'm going to twist this around, and I'm going to scrunch it again, and then I'm going to kind of make sure, that my loops are the same. And then I'm going to twist it around so that it's the good side. Twisting it around so that the good side is on the outside. And I'm going to do it again. And these are the same, just kind of make sure that they're the same size. And then I did it again. And I tell you what, this is probably as confusing as mud, so I will do it on the bow maker for you guys a different time. I'll do a bow maker one. Okay, so I've got this much. I will get better at this, camera-wise and lighting and in the camera. Y'all bear with me. Okay. So now I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this one. Get some of that tan color in there. So what I do, here's my bow I'm holding. And I'm going to get me a tail going like this, and then where I'm pinching everything else, I'm going to scrunch it up there like that. And then I'm making loops, twisting, and I'm not going into major detail for y'all on this because I know y'all can't see. So I'm going to get this one made, and I will do a video on bow making, and actually I'll do one on the no fail too, where you take loops, cut up strips and make them like that. Okay, so I've got this is my bow so far, and what I did was 2 loops of the green on this side, 2 loops on this side, and I'm doing just 1 each on the side with that one. And I'm going to do some of the white. Oops, now I'm caught on something. Oh. Oh, I just heard him say that's Vikings football. He doesn't know I'm on, but I can hear him probably. Ooh, this white stuff, those little things get caught on things. Okay. I guess today's called Disaster Saturday for me. Hey, if this is the worst, oh well. It's no big deal. This is a hobby. That's what I keep telling myself. This is a hobby. This is fun. Okay. So that's what I got so far. I think I'm going to come back in. I'm on video, Robert. Okay, so what I did was I took one of these pieces and I'm going to make like a center loop. And how I did that was I folded it like that. Folded it in half. And then I'm just putting it in to make my little middle thing. Isn't that cute? Okay. So now I'm going to take a zip tie. Y'all tell me in the comments if you thought that this is an easy process, or do you think building a wreath is a little more difficult than what you thought? Or maybe you already build wreaths and it's a breeze. Let me know in the comments. I would love to. And don't use this as your sample of, because you can call me Disaster Denise today. With internet problems and everything else. Just being new at this. My hat's off to the professional people that do it. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to cut my zip tie the tail of it. And then I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. And you could zip tie this onto the wreath. You could, there's a lot of different ways to add stuff, but I'm going to use a zip pipe cleaner today. So now I am going to put this right in there, which I know I'm hiding the sign right now, but there's that. I'm going to put it like right in here, and then I will adjust all the things as soon as I get this in here. And that is another challenge to find. Oh, there it is. Actually, I need it on the other side of the stick. I have one. Oh, there it is. And then this one can go on this other side. There. So here's my two ends, and I'm going to tightly twist it 2 or 3 times like that. And of course I will cut those, and so that I don't forget, after I get through I will cut all of these extra pieces off, and then I will take a pretty ribbon, probably this green one, this one, and I will run it down, or even maybe a burlap, and I will run it down, and I will glue it to the back so that you don't see all this mechanics on the back. Okay, so I'm going to make these, and I will play with this after I get offline and do some. I will cut my tails to almost either sideways or do the duck tails, and then I'm going to make another bow for down here, and I might even add some bigger tails down through here, and then I'm going to add greenery to this one. I'm going to add, since it's snowy looking greenery in the picture, I'm going to probably put some snowy greenery in also. And then when I get, oh, another thing I'm going to do is, like I told you at the beginning, I'm going to do some pine cones. So when I get through with this, I will post a picture showing you the end result. But I don't want to keep you guys any longer, and I will work on all this technology and get this working and do another live next week. Tell me in the comments below what you would like to see me build. If it be a regular wreath, a mesh wreath, a grapevine, an evergreen swag, the sky's the limit. And if you want it a holiday, or would you like one that's for every day? So let me know, and I'll try to work that in on my weekly videos. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.